Hi everyone, welcome to DIY class with CJ Creative World. In today's class, you will learn how to make beautiful edge coat like the one you're seeing on the screen. Okay, edge coat that can last test of time, and these are the materials you need to make this edge coat. You will need your oil-based color. That's oil paint. You can get them anywhere they sell paint. It's easy and cheap. The good thing about this is the materials you're using for this are locally sourced. You also need your top bond. Oh la la! You can use top bond to do a lot of DIY craft. You also need your bowl and your measuring spoon. You also need your stiffener. Okay. Now stiffener is optional. Should in case you don't have it, you can do way without stiffener. With these two, you can go ahead and make the uh, edge coat. That's with your top bond and your oil based color. Okay, of course you will need your pair of scissors to trim out the leather you want to apply the edge coat on. Okay, so you also need a bowl and a little water to always clean your hand, and probably a foam to wipe the leather when it's stained with the any of the colors. Okay, fine. At this point, I will take the top bond, take a scoop of it, no little quantity of it, because this is solely for this training. Okay, so okay, so I also make sure there is no sand, because if there is sand in it, it won't really look nice. Okay, so now I just continue with that, then take little quantity of the oil based paint. Okay, so if you need it more darker, you can add more of the oil based paint or oil based color. Okay, you can add more of it. Like I want it thicker, I will take at least two teaspoons of it. Okay, so it depends. As you mix, you'll be looking at it to see if it's exactly what you wanted. Then if it's not, you keep adding the color until you are getting your desired color. Okay, so I will now cover it up very well, because they don't really work well with air. Okay, so after that I will start mixing it. You will see I'll mix it and make sure I get a desired form. Okay, so I'll keep mixing it. If you look at it now, you will see that it's not smooth, so I'll keep mixing it until it's very smooth and ready to be used. Wow, it's smoother a bit. I think you can see that how smooth. Okay, so this is the edge coat I made with just top bond, and this time around I'm going to make with top bond and stiffener together. Okay, alongside our oil base paint. Okay, so you take 2 spoonful of top bond and 1 spoonful of stiffener. Okay, you add up two of them together. Make sure the top bond is uh bigger than the quantity of top bond is bigger than that of stiffener. Okay, then when you put two of them together, you have to stir it. You have to mix it until it's smoother. Okay, mix it very very well. Make sure it's smoother. As soon as it's smoother, you can then add your oil base color. Okay, remember, this oil based color you can get anywhere around you. I've told you where and where you could get that before on the first tutorial. Okay, so you just add the quantity that will be okay for you. If you want your edge coat more darker, you can add more and more of the color, but if you want it lighter, you add little quantity of the color. It's just your choice. It depends on what you want. Okay, so you mix it very very well, just like we did at the first one. Make sure it's well blended like this. Then you can now take your preferred leather, and start your application. For some leathers, there are leathers that has pores on them. If you don't apply, if you don't smooth it well, you might not really get a desired outcome, just like what you're seeing here. Because when the edge coat dries, the edge coat will not have to go to fill the pores. Okay, I just did that so that for you to see exactly how it would look like when it's like that. So what you do when it has pores is to take a little water in your foam, then uh rub it on it, on the edge of your leather, rub it on it and make sure it's somehow smooth. Then take little quantity of the edge coat, just go on top of it, smooth it, make sure it feels. It serves like cement, it works like cement. So you cement it all around, then before you can start your edge coat application. This will give you a very good look when it's dried. Okay, so at this point I will start applying the edge coat like I did before. Then at the end, we'll compare the two and see the one that comes out nicer than the other. Okay, so the same way we did, you take it evenly from the beginning point to the end point, okay, of the leather. Then clean off all the excesses with your wet hair rag, but it has to be a very clean rag. Okay, so you clean it both front and back to make sure you have a smooth and not totally stained leather. Okay, so at this point you could see that you have to, pass a little heat on it with your. It's normally good to be done with either your gas or stove. You just need heat and not fire. Remember, this is an oil-based substance. If you pass it on fire, it could get burnt and it could melt as well or get burnt. Okay, so you don't pass it. You just need a little heat. You keep it at a height and pass it through little heat and you're good to go. At this point, our edge coat is fully dried. Oh my God, see the beautiful outcome of this edge coat. Looking great. Okay, so you see, this is the one with top bond and stiffener. Okay, this is the outcome of top bond and stiffener. And this one is top bond alone. So there's no difference, there's no more difference between the two. So if you don't have access to stiffener, don't worry yourself. Two of them works well. Don't worry yourself. Top bond can work well for you too. In fact, it's best. Okay, so you can see how smooth and glossy. Okay guys, this is how to use your edge coat applicator to apply the edge coat. Of course, this applicator I bought from Madam Opeyemi. Okay, you can always get yours from her, and also other leather tools, other craft tools rather. Okay, she sells a lot of craft making tools, so you can always, she imports them, you can always buy from her. Okay, so when you cut your leather, of course, there are some parts you have to sew uh, before joining the bag, but this particular part, okay, I can edge coat it when it's fully sewn. So you have to cut it well, make it to be smooth. In some cases of pure leather, you have to burnish it. Of course, if you work with real leather, you should know what it means to burnish. But sometimes, if you don't have the burnishing tools, you can use this. Like me, I will use this. After cutting it, I will have to make it smooth. Okay, use this to make it smoother. This is sandpaper. Okay, it's the smooth one. So I will take it, make it smoother somehow. When it's smooth, I clean it up. Most cases, after burnishing, this is a little foam I collected, and this is ordinary water. Okay, I just dip it in. Oh, it is messy. I took a lot of it. Okay, that's fine. So you just use it. You don't have to put too much water like me. This is a mistake. Okay, so you just to make it slip, because sometimes if you don't make it slip when the edge coat is dried, okay, you will see, because the edge coat will have to go and fill in all those spaces in the leather. So if it's not well burnished, if it's not smooth, And if it's not smooth, there's tendency that when it dries, it will go in, and you will start seeing the edge coat having little pores here and there. Okay, so you just use your leather, your little foam, put a little water, take it one direction. Of course, it's your leather. When you feel it, you will know the direction it should go to. So take it to the direction it should go to. Then take your edge coat applicator, shake. You see, you can apply edge coat with your finger, but it won't go faster than when you apply the edge coat with your edge coat applicator. Okay, so you take it like that. Make sure you don't take it too much like this, and make sure it's not too thick. Okay, make sure it's not too thick. Now this is the first coat. As I'm doing this, I will allow it to dry for some time. I will take it again. I will take it round again after it has dried. That's how I will do until I have gotten my desired height. Okay, so you don't have to carry all of them the same time and pack it one place and expect it to do the magic. You will first prime it. This is like priming. You first prime it, make it just feel, it's like a cement. You let it feel all those edges, those pores. As you're rolling this on it, it cements it. Okay, so you see how it's going to look like. Now you allow, after it dries, you take more quantity of it. Oh, like this. Now start from the same side you started earlier from. You see, the height is increasing. The height is increasing. The height is increasing. You do it like that again. Allow it to dry for some times. Then do the final coaches. Is it visible? You see? When it dries, you take it again. Of course, you see, it's now covering the stitches. No, not the stitches. I mean the gap in between the two leathers. I'm sure you saw it earlier. Okay, like this side, I'm sure you will see this gap. But when you take it the second time,